right, hello wine drinking people. Time for more of what I've had to drink yesterday, and it's a busy day in the store here yesterday. We had some great wines though. Jeff, who used to be with Pomeroy, stopped in. He's got his own company now. He's a supplier representing some great wines, all of which I believe are part of the Jimmy's Gems portfolio from Southern Wine and Spirits. Some great small producers. Hitching Post, which I haven't seen in a while, and this is a great small producer from the Central Coast. Gray Hartley and Frank Ostantini from the restaurant business started this label in 1979 on a lark. They had some old whiskey barrels, and they said, hey, man, let's try to make some wine. And the rest is history. They've been going strong ever since then, and this Jan Red Central Coast wine, pretty cool wine, you know, a unique blend though. 51% Cabernet Franc, 37% Merlot, 6% Syrah, and 6% Val d'Aiguille. What were they smoking when they came up with this one, man? Really interesting nose, a wild bouquet, dark berry, wild flowers, and kind of a balsamic note to it. Really deep dark berry fruit, a good amount of tannins here, and some dark spice, fresh black earth, espresso notes, nice complexity here, a bit dry on the finish, but has enough fruit to last through. Just needs a steak or maybe a little time to open up here. If you like big reds and a little bit rough around the edges, this wine could be for you at $20. Very good stuff. All right, the Syrah Hitching Post, Syrah rather, Big Circle from Santa Barbara. They do great Syrah in this part of California. This wine's got a lot of lovely succulent black cherry fruit, some sweet tobacco spice, very enticing nose, some floral notes, some little hints of black pepper in there. This wine, and all the other wines at this wine are made from purchased fruit. I don't think these guys have any vineyards. If they do, maybe just a few acres. But this wine's got lovely big black plum and cherry fruit on the tongue, and still pretty fresh though on the finish, even though it is pretty big and fruity. Has some nice floral notes and a little bit of that spice at the end. An excellent bottle of Syrah for $24.75. And then a winery from Oregon that I had completely forgotten about, man. We had this wine, I think, in our gift boxes 10 years ago, or right around there, Cadeau. And they've had different winemakers make different vineyard sites on the property. So a really interesting concept to have, you know, one vineyard and then have different winemakers work with the different blocks. This is the Rochot vineyard here, and it comes from the west side of the vineyard, rocky, kind of 50-50 mix of Pommard and Dijon clone here. And it was originally produced in 2004 by the great Harry Peterson Nedry and Mike Eries from Chehalem, and it's been taken over by Joachim Joachim. I don't know if I pronounced that right, but 2008 to present with Ted Lemon. Also, he was the assistant. She was the assistant to Ted Lemon and Nicholson Ranch here. So some good credentials. This winemaker's got a very distinct earthiness to this wine. These wines have lovely terroir to them, both of them. A lovely spice, nutmeg, some exotic floral notes on the bouquet to the red berry, raspberry, and cherry fruits. Some meaty, smoky bacon notes in this wine coming out also, and a minty character. Man, this wine, a lot of complexity to it, and very big and nuanced on the palate. A lovely, zesty finish. This wine has it all, really complex. I would love to see this wine 3 to 5 years from now. It's got some tannins to it, but still really elegant. Most excellent juice. One of the best Pinot Noirs I have had from Oregon this year, as is the Equinox Cuvée. Uses Pinot Noir fruit from the crest of the hill, so right next door to the vineyard here, and enjoys equal sun on both sides throughout the day. And this wine's been handcrafted since its inception in 2006 by Jim Saunders of Aubuchon Cellars. I'm not familiar with that winery, but he learned his winemaking from his friend and mentor, Mike Etzel. And this plot, like I said, right next to Rochambeau, but very different nose on this. A lot more spice and floral notes to this wine. Red raspberry and wild strawberry fruits. Really nice complexity here. Not as much of that animal and kind of gamey character to it. A little bit of lemon, citrus, and orange zest kind of showing to this wine. Really exotic and lovely spice and berry fruit coming together nicely. A really pretty wine on the palate. One of the things we love about Pinot Noir, that velvety, silky texture here, and really lovely spice in this wine. Like I said, just seemed maybe a little lighter, but not in nuance. A lovely mint character to the finish. Most excellent juice. Again, one of the best Pinot Noirs I have had this year from Oregon. Both of these wines, $52.50. So not that expensive. I mean, when you consider great Pinot Noir, the Clos de Tart we're going to be drinking, $300, $400 or more a bottle. So a deal. All right, Sojourn was up next, and this is a Pinot Noir from San Giacomo Vineyard, not the one in Carneros. San Giacomo is one of the largest, or the largest grower in Sonoma, and they've invested in some property out on the Sonoma coast. That's where this wine comes from. Lovely kind of dark cherry, black raspberry fruit shown with a light minty note here. Good hand of exotic spices, a little orange peel note. Nice complexity on the nose here. This wine is all from purchased fruit, as I mentioned before, the San Giacomo Vineyard. A nice and zesty wine on the tongue with that light berry fruit showing nicely, and good balance here. That spice price echoing through the finish. An excellent bottle of Pinot Noir and $52.50. What's going on with the price of these wines? It's all the same. All right, and then a little Sauvignon Blanc from the south of France. This wine wasn't bad, from the Côte de Gascon, but man, you can find so many great Sauvignon Blancs for short money from New Zealand. I mean, Napa Valley even. Bell Sauvignon Blanc, that's from Lake County. $14 steel, $13. Anyways, a good bit of green pepper and herbal notes, green melon and white citrus grapefruit fruit here. Clean and fresh, and some of that green peppercorny note showing on the finish here. Lovely zest, and leaves the tongue salivating for food at $13.50. That's what we had to drink with Jeff yesterday. I'm your host, Andrew Lampasoni, signing off for the Wine Watch, saying remember, always drink the good stuff first.